this thing right here. Top, drop, come on, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's a Rough Riders roll. Top, drop, come on, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's a rough.
Hey, and we are back at the BFit for Business podcast. What's up, y'all? I'm very excited about the guest that we have today. What's up, Rashid?
Hey, how you doing today, Amber?
Doing good, Rashid. I'm very happy to have you, Black man in business. So you know that's a extra plus for me. Super excited to have Rashid. Rashid is from S&S Deli of Newark, New Jersey. Right, Rashid?
Yes, that's correct.
Right.
98 9th Avenue to be correct.
Oh, excuse me. Y'all heard the plug. Look, before we even get started into details, love Rashid. Just a quick background on how we met. We met through social media.
Yeah.
Loved what he was doing. Obviously, with the rise of Black businesses, I thought it was extremely dope to see a Black young man like yourself actually own a restaurant/deli, right? So I was very intrigued by that. Remember one day I was surprised and just showed up. Like, what's up? You ain't even know I was coming.
I sure did.
Yes.
It was a pleasant surprise, though.
Oh, thank you very much. So thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to actually have you. Let's get into it for our listeners. So again, you are the owner of S&S Deli in Newark, New Jersey. Tell us about S&S Deli. Like, how did you get started? What brought you to this vision?
Actually, I got it started. I always had like a passion for cooking since I was young. So, I always like cook around the house, just making breakfast like as a kid.
Okay.
Eggs, bacon, sausages,
Were you good at it though?
I always thought I was good. I guess my mother opinion wouldn't count. So only had me and my mother opinion. Well, my brother ate the food too. So
Okay, cool.
That worked out pretty well.
All right.
So, but as I got older, trying to find my way and stuff, I wasn't really too sure. Tried a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And,
Okay.
So I had to find something where I could be self-sufficient.
Okay.
So I figured, like, why not try food and stuff like that?
Okay.
And I got a passion for it already and stuff like that.
Awesome. So you say you've been cooking since you were younger. So obviously, I mean, you're not an older guy now, but you are a younger man. So you've been doing this, let's say, at least, 20 years?
Yes.
Like cooking? Okay.
Yes.
And you've gone to school for cooking?
Yes, I did. I went to the culinary program at the food bank in Hillside.
Nice. Hillside,
Yeah.
New Jersey. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so I did that. That's where I actually got restarted. When I was younger, I went through a rough patch in life.
Okay.
Got in some trouble here and there. So,
Okay. That's honorable, though. I love that, though. Everybody has a past, right?
Yes.
But it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Exactly.
And look, trouble turned into good trouble, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's awesome. So you started school. Tell us a little bit about school and what led you to S&S Deli.
The school, it was strenuous. Like, it was,
Really?
Yeah,
Why you say strenuous?
Because I took it for a joke at first,
Really?
Yeah, and I really like walked out on a leap on faith. So
Okay.
You know how I go. When you're in the hood and you locked up, everybody got all these plans. I'm gonna do this when I get out. And
Oh,
stuff
okay.
Like that.
Okay,
So,
I get what you're saying. Okay.
I was in the county jail for 6 months, so I'm just thinking like all these plans, like what I need to do not to end up back in this situation and
Okay.
stuff like that. So I came home and I started putting those plans into motion, but things wasn't moving fast enough, so I started catching myself slipping back into my old ways.
Okay.
And at the time, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I was having freedom to do what I want, having money to spend like I want. So I just caught myself one day. I was on social media and I just seen somebody, post a flyer about the culinary program at the food bank in Hillside.
Nice.
Yeah, so I went there, with a real arrogant attitude, thinking like,
I can't even see you being arrogant, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, because it's not like a loud arrogance. It's
Yeah.
just like, I heard about the program and stuff like that. And they're like, yes, the program is free. I'm like, all right, well, I want to pay. They're like, you can't pay. So they're like,
You
why-
wanted something to like pretty much like lock you in.
Yeah.
So you felt like pretty much if I spend my money, I know I'm definitely gonna do it and I'm not gonna take it for a joke. I get that though.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
sometimes we don't value things unless you're invested in it. Like, nah, I
Exactly.
put my money into this. I'm definitely gonna make sure it's all that. All right, I feel that. I respect that.
So the program started. So at first, like it was hard to catch on. I wasn't taking it too serious and stuff like that. And at the time, like I was like heavy, like with smoking weed. So I was smoking weed like day and night. Oh my god. Yeah. So
We love your transparency.
yeah. So but that was one of the requirements of the program. They drug test you.
Oh, so it really forced you to get on the straight and narrow. Okay,
Yeah. So
I love that.
But I really stopped. I really did. Stop smoking weed. But so then it's like 2 months later, and they drug test me, and I failed the drug test somehow and stuff. But I never took the
Not
program.
somehow.
No, seriously.
I don't want to know.
Nah, seriously. So so I failed the drug test. So before this, like I just was coming every day. Happy to be cooking. We eat free. We get to cook and stuff like that. And so I failed the drug test and they kicked me out the program and stuff.
Oh
like
wow, you felt it then.
Yeah,
You was embarrassed. How you gonna tell everybody? Yeah, I had started a food program. Now I'm not in the food program because I don't listen.
Nah, because I didn't even tell a lot of people that I was in the program. I was just, I'd be moving real quietly with stuff. So I was just doing it like that. But like I was hurt to myself. I was embarrassed to myself.
As you should be.
So I'm back around the way with my boys and stuff like that. So they like, oh man, we see you stop and stuff like that. But deep down, like I was hurt. Like, I don't want to be here with y'all. Like I want to go back there and stuff like that.
That's good.
So I called the head chef up and stuff like that, and I'm basically like begging and pleading with him and stuff like that. So he told me to come in and stuff like that. So when he told me to come back,
and you had to take it extremely serious this time.
Yeah. But he told me, it was like, man, it was just a test. I wasn't never kicking you out and stuff like that.
But you needed that heat though.
Yeah,
you needed
that's
that
what he
heat.
said. I just wanted to see you sweat. That's all.
Absolutely. He should have absolutely did that. But honestly, like really what I love about your transparency is honestly, those are glory stories. People who may have a troubled past, like anybody who's ever going to be successful, there are dark days and there are dark times. And there are things that we had to discover about ourselves before we actually got to the point. I actually, from following you on social media, I remember when you graduated from culinary school and you posted that you had all of this bread.
Yeah.
All over a table. That's probably like your graduation, right? Where you guys like made like a whole spread of different things and items. That's dope though. Like, I mean, ultimately, like you said, even having a trouble past and getting yourself back to the point. So now you graduate school. What happens? Like, where did S&S where was it birthed? Like right after school?
No, that was a whole nother process in itself. So, went through many like hiccups along the way, and actually, this wasn't even my first goal. I just, honestly, in the beginning, I just wanted a food truck. Like,
oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So back, when I was originally coming up with the plan and stuff like that, and I just, trying to like break everything down, like, like to the simplest form. So I'm like, I want a food truck. I can buy a food truck outright. I don't got to pay no rent. I can just keep all the money. I just had this. And I could still be around the way and just post up, on the block and stuff like that. But I'd be doing something legal.
Okay.
So that was the attitude at first. But, things just wasn't coming together as far as finding a food truck. So then after a while, I started, getting desperate, feeling myself slipping back into my old ways and stuff like that. So I was looking for, for locations. But
nice.
And I would even I would go to people like where I knew they had like establishments and stuff like that, like places I would eat at often and stuff like that.
Okay, and ask questions.
Yeah, I ask questions, or if I didn't feel comfortable asking questions, I'd just sit back and observe and stuff like that. And I would, even offer, just to the volunteer, like, hey, I could come in and help out.
That's great.
Just to learn the
that's
business.
Serious humility to do that.
Yeah.
And openness, right? Because it's obviously you went into like you said, your culinary program arrogant or whatever, like a chip on your shoulder, but to actually have the humility to ask someone to teach me, so that you can bring yourself to the next level. I think that's dope and admirable.
Yeah, it is.
Clap it up. Okay. That's dope. So tell us about S&S, what it means. I know what it means, but I want you to tell our listeners what it means to you. And
all right, well, S&S just came because that was back in 2018, 2017. When I first got my first LLC, it was S&S lunch truck when I thought I was going to get a food truck. And S&S for sure is just, it could be Sheed and Son or Sheed and She. My son is a junior, so it's
Nice.
just really based, provide a better life and set a better example for him.
That's awesome.
So,
and I love that. And it says too, like S&S Father and Son Daily. That's really what really drew me to your business. Number one, I knew you were a black man.
Halal Deli, I gotta add.
Halal, excuse me, a halal deli.
Yes.
Halal deli. No pork on his pork, y'all. No pork on the pork. But I did love that. That is important. I wanted the listeners to know that it is a father and son deli. You are a dad. You are trying to leave a legacy behind for your son. I think you're setting an amazing example. Before we get out of here, I definitely have to tell the listeners about the food, okay?
Yes.
So, I am a huge breakfast person. So, actually, the day that I went to S&S Deli, I was extremely hungry. I just came from the gym, and I was like, yo, carbs me down, right? I think I got grits.
Yeah.
It was like grits. I got a bunch of stuff. I'm not telling everybody what I got because I'm embarrassed.
French toast for sure.
What happened?
I remember French toast for sure.
It was French toast because I was ordering with my daughter.
Yeah,
too.
I'm about to say your daughter got food too.
Yeah, so I got grits and eggs. It was no meat because I don't eat meat or fish. But I know it was French toast. We had eggs. I think grits definitely.
Yeah.
Those grits were listen, y'all. If you are a grits eater, rockin', they are so creamy with the cheese, but we ain't gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. But what we have today is actually my favorite salad from S&S Deli. Thank you so much, Rashid, for bringing us some food because I'm definitely gonna eat it.
Thank y'all for having
So
me.
look how beautiful this salad is. So colorful, so festive. I'm gonna try it live because I'm hungry and I'm a little greedy. I think I put my salad dressings in another location, but that's okay. But this is how beautiful the salad is. Love this. So tell us about this berry salad, Rashid.
Well, the berry salad, it consists of whatever berries that's in season that we pick up when we do our inventory and stuff like that. So right now we have blackberries, blueberries, and,
I'm so sorry.
raspberries and strawberries as well. And we also add walnuts and Parmesan cheese.
That Parmesan is mad fresh. Oh my God. I like the balance because it's like a nice, the blackberries definitely give it like a pop taste. So I do love that. It's walnuts in it. I do love too, like about your restaurants, you'll make any adjustments because I think one time I came in and said, add cucumbers, tomatoes, and all of that stuff to my salad. So he does make adjustments, y'all. I'm so sorry that y'all can't experience what I am.
Yes, I'm very open to making adjustments. That's the only way, the business is going to grow.
You are watching a master at work.
I'm still new to the business world, so I'm constantly making adjustments day by day.
But your food is salivating because you post a lot on social media. And I can tell you, like, all those meals, you make salmon burgers, crab. I think I see you make a crab burger, right?
Yes.
Lord, in my seafood days, I would have dogged that. Jesus Christ. But on to breakfast items. I'm a huge breakfast person. So Rashid was gracious enough to bring in some waffles and eggs for me. I'm so excited. You guys can't taste what I'm tasting, but it's so bomb. It's so amazing. Look at the waffles. The waffles are like a perfect size too. I love that. So tell us, like, in price wise, like how much would like your salad be? How much would waffles be? And also to the listeners, I want to draw attention that all of Rashid's information is listed on the screen. Rashid, tell you the listeners where they can actually find you in Newark.
Oh, we're located 98 9th Ave, right on the corner of 14th Street. We're a block away from Central Avenue, so if you're coming down Central Avenue, once you get to the corner of 14th Street, you'll just turn down 14th Street, and we're directly on that next corner. We're 2 minutes from Route 280 as well. So if you're coming from any other jurisdictions in Essex County, we're not too far.
I'm sorry. I'm so greedy. And also too, you can follow Rashid on Instagram, and he's also located on Facebook. Again, his information is listed on the screen. But Rashid, if you want to tell the listeners exactly where they can follow you on Instagram. And you're also on Grubhub, is that right?
Yes, we're on Grubhub and DoorDash as well.
Oh, DoorDash.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Grubhub
that.
and DoorDash.
So how far does it go for Grubhub and DoorDash? Do you know? Like neighboring towns?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure because I send orders out to West Orange some days. Then then some days it'll be people in Newark calling saying they don't deliver here.
Okay, it depends on the district.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But
know.
that's awesome. So you are on Grubhub, you're on DoorDash. Wonderful. We also have salmon salad. I don't eat this because, again, I don't eat fish, but we brought this for the lovely Deb, who is our visual creator and our producer behind the scenes. This is how beautiful the salmon looks. Can y'all see it? Yeah, so we're going to save that for Deb. And you brought a sandwich in for yourself. Tell us about it.
Oh, it's a shrimp po' boy sandwich.
Ooh.
You know, we
You have so many options. Your menu is lit.
Yeah,
and fair in price.
I would believe so. I do get a lot of complaints about the prices and stuff.
Really?
Yes, I do. But
quality, you have to pay for quality.
And that's what I like to tell people.
I'm not mad at that.
So and also that was also part of my schooling as well. Was I went out to eat a lot because I needed ideas to base what I wanted to do off and stuff like that. So I went out to eat a lot. I would go like to a fancy restaurant like just to to see if it was really like the quality was that much of a difference.
Listen, your crab burgers with fresh crab meat, you're not using imitation meat.
Yeah, exactly.
You're using real things. Like, from experience and me actually eating from your deli, I can attest that all your ingredients are fresh. This like Parmesan tastes like freshly shredded. It's like amazing. So
yes, and also my mindset in business is I put myself in the consumer's shoes.
Okay.
Because I not too long ago I was still just a consumer myself. So I want to bring like the highest quality at the cheapest price possible, I guess. So I put it, so that's basically what I try and do. I try and bring you the best quality at the cheapest.
You could tell
price.
though, like based on your pictures, your videos, your customer reviews, you actually do provide a quality project. You provide a quality piece of like your food, and it's worth the money to me.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
Not even being materialistic, but like I get the most expensive or the name brand like stuff.
So they got paid.
I'm not just overcharging just to be overcharging, or if you think I'm overcharging, like this is really what you're gonna pay. It probably seem hard to pay that price, like because you're in the city.
No, and one thing though, Rashid, I will encourage you from one business owner to the next. You are for who you're for. You never have to dumb yourself down. You have to focus on your 1%. There's 7.8 billion people in the world, and just focus on the people that are for you. One thing I do want to highlight before we wrap up the show is that I love that you do give backs for the community. I recently saw that for Mother's Day, you did a free brunch for mothers. Is that right?
Yes, that was, and we had a pretty nice turnout as well. But that's like, that goes back to like, me cooking, having a passion. That's something I've been doing since I was younger, since I was probably about like 17. I started, I just cook for all the women in my family.
That's amazing. Like that. That's amazing. I thought that was so dope. I definitely posted that on my page because I've never actually seen anybody do something like that. So that was like super dope for you to attribute that to a mom so that they could come in and have something on you. And the spread was beautiful. It wasn't some hot stuff.
Yeah, the only thing you couldn't order was lobster, but we was giving away lamb chops.
Nice.
Salmon.
So what was the background of it? You could just come in and order what you wanted, or you had spread, right?
No. You come in and order, and you just place the order like off the menu. You just
nice.
You can order you a whole ribeye steak. You can order lamb chops, salmon.
That was
shrimp
dope.
and grits, free of charge.
Oh, that was I love that. That is so admirable. Go, Rashid. Yes, we appreciate that. Again, I love what you're doing. Keep it up. It's beautiful to see that you're building a legacy for your son. Food is amazing. Again, guys, I encourage you to please visit, show some love to S&S Deli in Newark. That's it, y'all. It was a pleasure having you here tonight, Rashid.
Thanks. It was a pleasure to be here. I appreciate the love.
Thank you. That's a wrap, y'all.